Plus, aka Plus Money, formerly known as C Plus, North Sacramento, South Thomas to be exact. And that's it.
Yeah. I'm a sick nigga, check my symptoms, tryna pimp something, you a simp to me. I used to sibling like Pimp C, shedding thug tears with no sympathy. Stop dudes, you are not troops, you're a pop group just like NSYNC. My iPhone the only thing in sync with me, I brought everything with me but the kitchen sink. You can't come aboard, you won't sink with me, can't ride the wave, you won't swim with me. When you're not pretending to be something you not, you notice they're not who they pretend to be. I guess this year was just meant to be, defying the odds that I was meant to be. I pull strings like a violin in the orchestra at a symphony. This that Philharmonic, she blowing me just like I'm a harmonica. I think her name's Monica, she get there like Santa Claus, digging her claws in my back somewhere on the Santa Monica. I get that check, yeah, I go run it up. She like, go best friend, go ahead, fuck it up. No telling where you gon' run into us. Uber everywhere and you never there, and those bullets burn just like Everclear.
Really just growing up around music, just listening to the radio. All my uncles and my grandmother had like a bunch of old records and stuff like that. It's that. A lot of it had to do with skateboarding, because like a lot of this first hip hop I was exposed to was in like skate videos and shit. That's kind of like what got me into it. And then just there was always like ciphers, like people like freestyling and shit at lunchtime in school. So that too. But just being around it. I decided I wanted to be a rapper junior year of high school, like summer going into from like sophomore year into junior year is when I like was just writing raps every day. Like I spent my whole summer, that whole summer in my room just writing raps every day. I didn't go outside, that's like all I was focused on. And before that I kinda wanted to be a teacher. Like that was like when I was like freshman, sophomore in high school, I thought I was gonna be a teacher just because I had like a really good relationship with a couple of my teachers at the time, and they had like a big impact on my life, so I figured that was something that I wanted to do. But I ended up doing music, and it kind of has like a similar, you know what I'm saying, aspect to it, and that you educate and inform people, you deliver on the news. So niggas ain't got no fucking talent. That's pretty much it. When I first came in, I would define it as like lyrical, like more backpack. I don't necessarily say conscious because I feel like everybody should be somewhat conscious unless you're just asleep, you feel me? So I wouldn't necessarily say it was like positive or political or anything like that, but I don't make music for dumb niggas, you feel me? So, but now I'm kind of experimenting more and not dumbing my sound down, but making it more tolerable and more tangible and digestible for a different audience, you know what I'm saying? Especially like a younger generation, like the millennials, they just, you know, they kind of like all over the place and got really bad ADD and ADHD and they're on all types of drugs and shit like that. So, you know, it's hard to sneak the message in there. You got to decode it, you know what I'm saying? You got to give them a spoonful of sugar with the medicine to help it go down, you know what I'm saying? Or put some Jolly Ranchers in the lean, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're doing now, and just experimenting with different shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I've written a lot of, like a handful of R&B records, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking into like vocal training and getting vocal coaching to actually learn how to hit some of the notes and shit, because for the longest, like I've made reference tracks for like other artists, for like R&B singers and shit like that, or like I'll write a song in like a female's perspective or whatever for a female R&B singer or something like that, but now it's like, fuck that, I'm just finna learn how to sing and just keep this on to the next so I can get the big hit record. And, you know, it's cool to get credit on the big hit record because you get your money and you're publishing if you do your paperwork right and shit like that, but fuck that, nigga, I want the big hit record. Record deals is like basically just how every other rapper do. You know, you work on the album and record deals, the songs that didn't make the album, so they go on the mixtape before the album. Album, like soon, like before summer's over, album. I think it's good. We getting a lot of attention. a lot of it's coming in the form of one person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their eyes on Mozzie right now. So I think a lot of it's, you know, centered around him, and hopefully it'll be like an epicenter, and it'll be an aftershock effect of other artists getting notoriety and attention from these big media platforms and stuff like that. But a lot of it comes with grind too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas gotta put that work in to get that type of exposure and get the right people to listen and get some ears. So, you know, I'm happy where we're at now. It seems like there's a lot of people that are putting money into their music, which is like the biggest thing. Because, you know, for the longest, I feel like Sacramento's been a place where there's a lot of dope talent, a lot of dope artists, but it's kind of just the artist community and everyone sharing the music with each other. It's not necessarily an entertainment market, so there's no economy for music here. You know what I'm saying? So I think now that people have realized, like, Mozzie kind of broke the ice for it to be cool to support a local rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that, and then like you have other artists too that do like that too. Like you see dudes out in the streets really pushing a hard line with their product and their merchandise and their music and constantly releasing content. Like shout out to Trey Solid and Gatlin. You know what I'm saying? You see like a lot of dudes really going hard for this shit. So I think it's just gonna be a snowball effect of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Each one teach one, and keep rocking like that. So hopefully too with the new arena, there's a lot of people migrating here from other places. You know what I'm saying? The Bay Area is too full, so people are coming out here to live and then migrating to the Bay commuting to the Bay for work and shit like that. So that's just more people to see what we got going on here. I listen to myself, obviously, my older brother, Empire the Great, Trey Solid, Lil Darian, E-Rec, Eric Beasy, I listen to Mozzie. Who else is tight? Who else has been catching my ear lately? Gallen's tight. That's really it for like local cats, really. Dopest nigga. Not only that, like I want to also do like a lot of things. Like it might not necessarily be music related, but just someone that was like smart about their business. You know what I'm saying? Because like from when I decided that I wasn't going to work a regular job or just focus on music and feed myself just off of music and shit like that, I've been able to have other things going on that doors that opened or opportunities that I got because of doing music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was like in the fashion industry or skateboarding or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to parlay those other opportunities, and it all came from the seed that I played at doing music. So I just wanted to be left in stone that I was able to create a lane for my shit, and I stayed on my hustle, and I never put out whack shit. Like, none of my shit was whack. I never put out a whack project, so. Well, everyone that like, no one never really comes up to me as like C+, like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone just calls me plus, like, or plus money or plus fly or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or they call me by my government name. So, really, me dropping the C from like, really just, people don't know that like the C is actually from my name. My name's Chad, you feel me? So, the plus was for positivity. It was never on some like my grade average or anything, shit like that, or like, oh, you're average. So like, I really got tired of hearing that shit. That's why I dropped the C. Like, I was like, hey, you niggas keep calling me average and shit like that. Ain't nothing about me average. And it's crazy because I actually started going by just the symbol before Prince died. So and that's like, you know, paying homage to Prince. Like that was like, when I decided to do that, I was like, you know what, the only other person that did that in history is Prince. So that's a crazy, you're gonna be in a category where there's only one other person. That's a dope person to be in that category with. So it's the plus symbol, the artist formerly known as C+. Okay, so SoundCloud is the only one that's different from everything else. SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/plus-money. Instagram is @plusmoney. Twitter is @plusmoney. Snapchat is @plusmoneysnap. Or you can just go to my website, plusmoneys.com. Plusmoneys.com. Everything's there.